Hello there, this is James and you're watching Tixee Live, and a very good afternoon to all of you, and all of you a very happy Monday. In today's program, I want to talk about the struggles of the world's richest man and what that could potentially mean to two of his companies, plus another very wealthy man and his success, or his recent success, and basically the impact that has on the market. But before I get into all of that, don't forget, these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever shall be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your own research, do your own due diligence, and of course, know the risks at hand before entering any trade. With that out of the way, let's get started. So, I've spoken about this gentleman quite a few times on Tixee Live because he does get into a lot of headlines, a lot. And he does own two of the most famous companies in the world. And anyway, he's got more headlines today. And I want to really sort of have a chat about that and what that could potentially mean to two of his companies, which he owns. But basically, Musk, or Elon Musk, is basically said at the G20 summit, I'm pretty much overspent. I'm overspent, not money-wise, but in energy and workload. Because basically, this is what he has said. He says, my workload has recently increased quite a lot. I have too much work on my plate. That is for sure. Which is understandable. He has just taken over Twitter. He still has Tesla. He obviously has SpaceX as well, but obviously he's the CEO of Twitter and of Tesla. And basically he says running the two companies is really difficult, or running them with great difficulty. And this is what he goes on to say. He says, I'm working the absolute most I can work, morning to night, 7 days a week. The amount that I torture myself is next level, frankly. Now, if you think about it, I can understand, all right? Obviously, he's a workaholic. He clearly is a very successful man, a very clever man. But obviously, he's taken over Twitter, which, by the sounds of things, he's blaming on poor management, previous management, and said he needs to be completely restructured. He's trying to find other ways of generating revenue from the social media giant as well. And let's face it, since he's taken over, okay, Twitter, he's actually fired 3,700 employees, 50% of the workforce, and demanded all remaining staff to work from the office for at least 40 hours a week. And obviously what's been said, because of this, Senator Ed Markey has said, fix your companies or Congress will. And he's got a problem on his hands. He has got a problem on his hands. And I really want to ask the question, has he really bitten off too much than he can chew with obviously his acquisition of Twitter and obviously Tesla? Because Tesla is down 44% this year. 44% this year. It's lost this year in market value, 444 billion. 444 billion. So with Tesla feeling the strain. And these comments haven't helped Tesla's, by the way, share price today. Put it under pressure initially on the open. We'll have a look at Tesla in a minute and Twitter. With Tesla, and bear in mind, he's also had problems with the Shanghai factory being closed due to Chinese COVID lockdowns. That issue, the German plant not performing as he wanted. And now he's taken on Twitter. I really think he has bitten off too much he can chew. I really, really do. And I think Twitter is a huge project. And I really, 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 really wonder when Twitter may finally turn a profit. But anyway, let's have a quick look at the market, Tesla and Twitter as they stand. Now, based on those comments he made at the G20 summit, Tesla did indeed open a lower with a gap. It's actually currently trading now. It's managed to recover slightly. It closed on Friday, $193. It opened around about $188. Purely on those comments, just as one thing he said, I've got too much work on my plate, put Tesla stock under pressure. It's currently managed to rebound slightly, currently trading at $191. Twitter pretty much is the same. Again, opened lower, currently trading at $53.68. But you have a look at Twitter, it's been incredibly volatile with obviously all the drama with Musk and the buyout and all this jazz. Obviously, the firing of staff, the restructure he's doing, and the payments of the verified blue tick is all adding a lot of pressure onto Twitter. And like I say, I really do think he might have bitten off too much than he can chew. But like I said before, he's the world's richest man. He's got more money than me. And clearly, he's extremely clever. So, what do I know? Anyway, another person I want to talk about, someone who I greatly admire. And he has a lot to smile about. And that's Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, okay? We've seen Tesla, they're struggling. But Warren Buffett, he's a very happy man at the moment. And he once said this very, 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 very famous quote, which I want to quote to you. And he said, only when the tide goes out do you discover who's been swimming naked. Now, he's absolutely right, because Berkshire Hathaway, his company, has retaken the fifth spot as the most valuable company in the S&P 500, up from 8th in January. It was 8th in January, it's now 5th. In fact, Berkshire Hathaway is now valued at $687.3 billion. That's up by 18 billion this year. Now, bear in mind, we were talking about Tesla, okay? Tesla was above Berkshire Hathaway the beginning of the year. So long was Facebook, JP Morgan and Nvidia, okay? But now, like we said, Tesla is lost 444 billion in market value. BH is overtaking it. It's now 5th. And it's now part of the top 5 most profitable or most valuable companies, which includes the likes of Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, and Amazon. So an investment firm to be 5th after Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, and Amazon is a pretty good achievement. So well done, Warren. Well done. Let's have a quick look at actually where BH opened today. How it's doing in the market. So here's Berkshire Hathaway opened up, obviously, slightly on that bit of good news with a high, currently trading at $310.14. So well done indeed, Warren. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. Right, before I go into other things, the other currencies in the market, have a look at the market. There's something else I want to share with you, which is just as exciting as obviously Warren's achievements today. I'm a big fan of the Elliott wave theory as well, by the way.
Let's go.
Very big fan.
I traded the DAX in the morning, showed some really good signs of volatility as well.
Anyway.
Join James and Stephanos every Wednesday at 1800 UTC for another lesson at Tixee Trading School, your key to a better understanding of the financial markets.
There we go. Indeed, I'm happy to report the next episode of Tixee Live Presents The Trading School is going to be on this Wednesday at 6 p.m. So please come along and join me for that. The subject for this, myself and my colleague will discuss, is understanding chart patterns. So please come along and join me for that. Remember, this is not on YouTube. This is a different, it's still live. because Tixee Live is live and live means live. So it's still a live broadcast, but you do need to register for this event. The link for this event is in the description below. So click on that, register, and I hope to see you then. Anyway, let's have a quick look on the market, see what else is happening. Let's have a look, see how the currencies are performing today. Again, we still have a fair bit of risk appetite on the market after that CPI reading. A little bit flatter than usual, though, a little bit flatter compared to the last 2 days of gains. Euro is currently trading just above that key area, 1.03030, currently trading 1.103297. The sterling is doing the same. Again, slightly capped, slightly not as volatile today as the last 2 trading days, but I'm keeping a close eye on that 100-day moving average, 1.16831, as a potential area of interest for support. Gold is pretty much the same as well. Currently trading $1,769.80. Key support for me potentially for this for the euro metal is $1,726. First real key resistance to me is going to be around $1,790. So that's what I'm keeping a close eye on as well. But there's something else I want to have a look at. Like I said, we've seen a lot of dollar weakness over the last couple of trading sessions, down to the fact, of course, that we had that very soft CPI reading on Thursday. However, it is becoming the fight back, in particular with the yen. Currently trading 140.42, but it seems to be trying to test this 100-day moving average just here. Okay, so that's a key area for me, 140.86. So I'm keeping a very close eye on that because it is trying to challenge that area once again. Other things to come this week. Despite the trading school as well. Big events. We've got UK claimant count, UK unemployment rate, EU GDP, German zoo survey, UK CPI. That's going to be a big one. UK PPI, US retail sales, Canadian CPI, Vanguard speaking, of course, Australian unemployment rate, US building permits, and US initial claims, and UK retail sales. So there's some key events. US retail sales in particular, I'm going to keep a close eye on as well. The market, as it currently stands, S&P slightly in the red, negative 0.20%. NASDAQ also in the red, 0.66%. And Dow 30 currently in the green, 0.10%. Don't forget, you can talk to me anytime you wish, or simply say hello if you like. Or let me know what you think about Musk. I mean, Tesla, obviously. I mean, it was above, like I say, Berkshire Hathaway beginning the year. It's now way below that, having lost 444 billion. Has he made a really big mistake with Twitter? Let me know what you think. And do you think about the dollar yen? I mean, I can see the dollar striking back against the yen. Oh, hey to you too. Hope you're well. I can see the dollar striking back against the yen. Reason being, so of course, in my mind's eye, is we've got 2 separate banks, 2 separate things. Okay, obviously, you got the Fed, who's very aggressive, and Bank of Japan, who is very loose in their monetary policy. Yes, there is a saying: never fight a battle on 2 fronts, or fight a war on 2 fronts. That's the rule of thumb of warfare. That's very, very, very true. Very true. So like I say, I do think he's bitten off too much you can chew with that. But I say dollar yen, I say interesting. I'm keeping a close eye on that 100-day moving average. It's looking very interesting indeed. Don't forget, if you think of a question later, you can put it in the comment section, either on YouTube or Facebook. I will see them, and I will reply to them next time I go live on air, which of course will be tomorrow morning at obviously 9:30 a.m. 9:30 a.m. UTC, discuss the European session, and again tomorrow at around about 3 p.m. UTC to discuss the US session. So please come and join me for that. If there is no more questions or nothing, nobody else wants to add anything, don't forget, if you're watching me on Facebook and you enjoy this little video, by all means give us a follow. If you're watching me on YouTube and enjoy this little video, by all means subscribe if you like. Hit the notification button so you know next time when I'm going live. If you enjoyed this video, find it interesting, useful, and you put up with me, my over top enthusiasm for the markets, I simply cannot help. I cannot help because I love the markets. Then give me one of these. It's nice to know that you like what I do. Anywho, till next time, don't forget, these little videos are for educational purposes only. And in no way whatsoever should be taken as financial advice. So I always suggest you do your own research, do your own due diligence. And of course, there are risks at hand before entering any trade. Till next time, every single one of you, trade safe.